As a second affirmative, I would like to address to the first negative points and saying that the reason for the MLDA being established reduces the highway crashes was the reason. That was actually false information. The MLDA was actually stated from a group that was called MADD, M-A-D-D. According to the BEVIT 198 CPP database, on January 1st, 1982, California reform in drinking and driving came largely as a result of the intensive lobbying of Candy Lightner, a resident whose 13-year-old daughter was killed by a driver. As a result of tragedy, Lightner founded the Mothers Against Drunk Driving and launched a movement to reform California driving under the influence. Because of her, they were, because of the lobbying, it started the MLDA 21 being raised, the age to be raised to 18, because after the 26th Amendment, states had a minimum of 18 originally, and then due to the lobbying, it was raised up to 21. The history of 21 minimum and legislative analysis of the national had stated as states not change their drinking laws, they had the possibility of losing $8 to $99 million, because a part of the MLDA was that they would be taxed 10% of highway funding. An example of this case was seen in the South Dakota versus Dole, number 86-260. South Dakota, which permits persons 19 years or older to purchase beer containing up to 3.2% alcohol, sued in federal district court for declaratory judgment that Section 158 violates the constitutional limitations and congressional exercise of the spending power. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 1 of the Constitution violates the 21st Amendment. The district court rejected the state's claims and the Court of Appeals affirmed, meaning that South Dakota was forced to raise the drinking age from 18 to 21 to avoid losing that 10% funding that they had previously had. Going back to the main point 2 that was mentioned about point 3, how it's largely ineffective because teens consume alcohol regardless. According to Andrew D. Plunk, who is a researcher for alcoholism, clinical and experimental, he was saying from what he had done was that students who already drink, including those who drink dangerously, seem to be looking to do so legally because it's an option. It is a right that they are looking for, as previously stated, that is not right now a right to have. According to the CA pamphlet on knowledge alcohol laws, California alcohol laws let those of any age below 21 have alcohol in private locations except in vehicles. They may drink if a parent, guardian, spouse, or other responsible relative age 21 or older is present, meaning that right now, if you drink with a parent, guardian, it's okay, but the reason why we want to lower the MLDA 21 to 18 in California is because this can also pose legal issues, being in which that if you were to have a friend over in your house and they happen to be drinking, it's under guardian. If your parents are there and you think it's under guardian, so it's legal, it's not, because that's not their guardian. So if the police were to break in and you and your friend are drinking, your parents would get arrested. So, also, my last point that I want to make for this, lowering the MLDA 21 from 21 to 18, it will also diminish the thrill of breaking the law to get a drink. And what I mean by breaking the law to get a drink is the kids who are doing it in that dangerously way that was previously stated. Those who are creating the fake IDs to get into clubs, or those who are making false licenses just to be able to carry alcohol on them. As Baner Galupur, a science journalist, best states it, alcohol is easy for most youth to obtain, and false IDs comprise one of the factors contributing to alcohol's easy accessibility.